It's another beautiful day in Missouri. That dude is such a dumbass. It's called Missouri, people. Hey everybody, this is Clint Hardy. It is January 21st, 2019. It's cold. Had a little bit of bad news. One of the fields, the one that looked the best, looked like it was right around 100 bushels. When everything thawed after that big snow, it's in a low-lying area, and there's about 3 inches of ice around all the beans. So, not good. We're gonna see what we can do. Their beans that are above the ice would still might be able to be picked, but yield is going to be really diminished. I mean, I think we'd be lucky to get 25 or 30 bushels an acre, which is still okay, but it's just depressing as hell going down there, and I'll throw a couple pictures in there right now. The whole field looks about like that, and you know, it's just, I don't know what else to do. It's late January. We're having problems with truckers. The beans we have picked, we can't get them hauled anywhere. They're saying that they're going to be there one day, and then they're not. And then I got a text message at 4 o'clock in the morning saying, "Hey, we're on our way to take these beans down." Well, I've got more beans on a grain cart to take. You know, that's just it's unprofessional. And you know, we don't own our own trucks. We don't own our own grain bin, even though we've got one rented. We could take it down there, but you know, I can't do it last minute like that. I mean, I don't know where people get off thinking that. So, yeah, it's been a struggle, but you know, like I said in one of my last videos, don't let it get you beat down, and yeah, you got to keep your feet moving. So today we're working on this bad boy here. This is one of the floater tires. You can see how big it is. It's as tall as I am. I'm 5'10", so I mean these are good sized tires here. So we're welding a hole. Got a patch on it, and I'll show you what I did the other day and what I'm getting ready to do again. So this is the jerry rig system that I've got. This is a water valve stem that came out that was missing the actual valve stem. So what we did was we threaded in a chuck, and you can tell this one is a little loose, but so we'll have to JB weld this one again. This rim has been eaten up with calcium. But I mean, it's still holding air, believe it or not. I don't know how, but it is. So we're going to build this JB weld up even more than what it is now. Get the highest rated JB weld that you can. So this is just the end of the chuck that comes out, and there's our valve stem. So it'll hold 200 psi. I did just check with soap water if we were leaking around here. We weren't, so that's good. But I'm gonna leave this thing back in there because welding on a tire is kind of a no-no. It's kind of hard to do this one-handed. There we go. So that's the rim. Needs to get cleaned up and everything else. I will secure that that stem in there, or that chuck in there, a lot better. The other tire, it's solid, it ain't moving. This tire, we had a few more problems with. So it is colder than crap out here today. So I've got my light that's providing me a little bit of warmth right here, because my ready heater, the coil went out on that. That is right over there. So this is our patch that I made. This is just some stock 3/16 inch metal. It's 3 inches wide, and it came in a bar that was 36 inches long. So what I did was I just got on with my chop saw, cut off a 5.5 inch piece. There was a hole that was directly in the center of this that I could stick my entire thumb in. So the purpose of this was to give us a large area to cover that with and give us a good seal. Now, I just checked our seal here with our weld, and I'm not the greatest welder, so don't judge me too harshly, but I'm not bad either, especially for somebody that doesn't do it full time. So we do have some leaks right in here. I just checked with soap water. There's a couple right up in here, right around these corners. So we're getting ready to run another bead around this and hopefully be good. I've just got this little Lincoln Electric wire welder, and it's running 0.035 flux wire. So it's not, I don't have the gas hooked up to it, so we're just running the shielded wire. And I'm running on, I think that's yeah, C, and I'm running about 4 on the speed on the dial. So my heat's at C and my dial's at 4. So yeah, we'll see if I can attempt to do this two-handed, so, or one-handed. I'll try to record a little bit too. I don't promise any good results of it though, my video recording. Alright, let's attempt this. I'll throw you guys in my pocket here so you guys can get a better view, so just bear with me. Sorry, my finger's in the way. Alright, I just warmed up the Bobcat because I got some more stuff to do, but one thing I forgot to say, make sure you have if you're welding on a rim, make sure you have that valve stem out, or you have something where the pressure on the outside of the tire and on the inside of the tire can equalize, especially on a small rim tire or a small tire, or that thing will explode big time. There's a few videos on YouTube that show demonstrations on welding on rims and all that. Generally, especially on small tires, if you can, take the tire off. Big tires like this, there's more air, there's more volume for that air to expand, and any kind of equalization that can happen would be good. So that allows that equalization to happen. So be safe if you're doing that. All right, hey everybody, it's the next day. It is January 22nd, and we didn't get completely done with the tire yesterday. I ended up having to load get out of that sun. Had to load a guy up with some hay, but yeah, look what I found. Fell off of my truck. That's what we're gonna go with. No, I went and stole it from my older brother. So thanks, Barry. He doesn't even know about it yet. I took it out of the shop, so I'll shoot him a text here in a little bit and let him know I stole it. Need it for a day or two while I'm waiting on a part for my old crappy one. So now my brother Barry, he does flat work, he does concrete, does a pretty good job. He also does decorative concrete. So if you guys need anybody to do any flat work or some custom work, flat work, shoot me a message and I'll get in contact with you. I'll get you his contact information. He doesn't travel very far. He might travel within 75 miles of Kansas City, maybe 50 miles, depending on what the job is. So it's rainy today. Beautiful, same as yesterday. It's not as cold, but it is chilly. I fired up the heater because I need to fix this. So whenever I was jacking around yesterday, that actually broke, that JB weld. So it is tacky still, just a little bit. It's setting up pretty good. I covered it with the shirt last night so it didn't get too cold. But I'm gonna put that heater on that to allow the it to set properly. So I thought this was in there to equalize that overnight, but it doesn't look like that it was. So we're gonna do that right now. No pressure, we're good. All right, so this is the weld after I grinded it down. I'm going to grind it down some more down in here. Everywhere I circled, there was either the potential for bubbles. There was a when I put air in the tire and I rebubbled it, there was a leak right here. There was a small leak here. And then there was a little leak right here. But you can tell where I've marked is a crease where I did not get a good weld or a good bond. So we're going to go ahead and tack it back up after I grind it down again. But back in here, when I was grinding this, I nicked, sorry, I'll get that in the center of the screen. I nicked right here. As soon as I nicked it, when I bubbled it the next time, there was a there was another leak right there. So I'm gonna have to tack that in, weld that up a little bit. So yeah, so I'm gonna tie this video in to the one that I made yesterday and show you kind of start to finish on how to weld on a rim. The guys, don't judge too harshly. I'm not a professional welder, but I do weld a little bit. Alright guys, it's not my greatest weld, but got my air compressor over there. I've got a male and a female nail gun chuck in between these two chucks here. The male nipple and female nipple. That supplies the air to the chuck. Let's come over here. Alright, this is about the 5th time I've done this, so I got my soap water. And we still have a few bubbles. Bubbles there, there, and there. You know, you never can be too safe when you're welding. Alright? You gotta take proper safety precautions. That's why you don't weld next to gasoline, and you really need to protect your eyes. So I do it the best way possible. Alright guys, take this, do that, then put on your mask, and you're ready to go. Alright, we're airing it up. I just checked, we're good on the leaks. So I've got my homemade tire pressure gauge there. So we're going to air it up, see how long it holds air. Hopefully it'll hold them all night. Alright, hey guys, there is another weather front moving in, starting to rain. There's a chance of snow and ice tonight, so we'll see what happens. I did find one more pinhole on the tire, but that's going to be another easy fix. Won't take very long. So I think that's going to be it for us today. So stay tuned for some more videos, and I'll try to post one of us mounting those tires on. I'm sure I'm gonna have to have Dad's help on that one. I don't think I can do that by myself, or Travis or somebody. So all right guys, take it easy.
looks pretty good to me.